Welcome to This Explainer. Today we are exploring a really fascinating blueprint designed to completely level up your interpersonal mastery. Have you ever wondered why some people can just effortlessly captivate a room while others kind of just fade into the background? Well, give me your attention for the next few minutes because we're breaking down an exact structural system that claims to make you instantly charismatic. Let's set the scene by asking a pretty difficult question. Have you ever felt like, social furniture? You know that visceral, incredibly awkward feeling, right? You walk into a crowded room, maybe a networking event or a party, and you instantly just blend into the wallpaper. People look right through you. They speak completely over your voice as if you hadn't made a sound, and they seem to entirely forget you're even standing there. It's deeply frustrating. But the source material we're unpacking today proposes a radical and honestly incredibly liberating idea. Okay, let's dive into this. For years, we've all totally bought into the myth of the genetic lottery. You know, that pervasive belief that charisma is just this innate, magical aura you're either born with or you aren't. But the scientific reality? It's all about micro-behavioral feedback. Charisma actually isn't your underlying personality at all. No way. It is a highly teachable, mechanical system of triggerable actions. Think of it like a literal algorithm for human behavior. Section 1. Escaping social furniture and the charisma paradox. Let's get right into escaping that isolation. Imagine being a lonely figure standing in a room and everyone around you is just naturally angled away. The secret to changing that dynamic lies in mirror neurons. These are the biological receptors in other people's brains that are constantly and unconsciously reading your micro-behavioral feedback loop. The source outlines what it calls the consonance paradox right in Chapter 1. And the paradox is this. These mirror neurons, they aren't mind readers. They aren't reading your inner thoughts, and they have no idea if you're secretly terrified inside. They are only reading your baseline transmission. That means the exact physical and vocal signals you are broadcasting out loud right in this very second. Knowing that people only read our external signals brings us straight to Section 2, the physical posture reset, or grounding the body. The source provides a super clear three-step mechanical sequence from Chapters 3 and 7 to execute this physical reset. First, picture someone whose spine is heavily curved over like a question mark. You've got to instantly snap that spine straight up. Think of it as an upward arrow of physical extension. Second, you deploy the space expansion technique. You physically extend upward and outward, literally claiming your horizontal and vertical space, which chemically eliminates invisible anxiety. And third is the fidget elimination system. You have to completely stop the micro movements, the toe tapping, the phone checking, all those little things that broadcast nervousness. You just become completely still. Now, what's really interesting here is Chapter 8's mechanical rule of open gesture geography. You extend your arms and hold open palms at exactly a 45-degree angle, keeping them inside a small designated power box, which is roughly between your chest and your waist. This structural arm placement doesn't just look professional, it physically anchors your presence in the room and signals absolute trust to the mirror neurons of everyone watching you. Let's move to Section 3 and see how this builds from our internal posture to the outward signals we send. Section 3, Magnetic Transmission Systems Projecting Outward. Let's break down Chapters 2, 4, and 5 by comparing an amateur vibe to a truly magnetic presence. While an amateur might have darting, anxious eyes, the magnetic presence uses the eye contact triangle. Imagine drawing invisible dashed lines over the other person's face. Next, instead of speaking thinly from the chest, a magnetic presence dips into belly frequency delivery for this deep, resonant rhythm. And finally, rather than awkwardly hesitating at the edge of a room, they use the 3-second rule break to initiate interaction way before any tension can build up. Now, when you deploy these specific frequency adjustments from Chapter 6, the eye triangle, the belly voice, the rapid approach, you trigger what the text calls deliberate chemistry mirroring. You literally force a biological response in the room. Suddenly, the people around you pivot their bodies completely to face you. They lean forward in a sharp angled tilt. You haven't changed your soul, right? You've just used precise mechanics to manufacture chemistry and draw them right in. So the crucial point is moving from just acting this out mechanically to actually living it. Section 4, the ultimate identity shift, internalizing the mechanics. Grouping Chapters 9 and 10, the source puts these final steps into what's called the accumulation phase. It requires 3 main pillars. First up, high-value passions architecture. You actually need to build genuine interest in your life that make your baseline naturally compelling. Second, low-stakes practice accumulation. Don't try the belly frequency delivery for the very first time at a massive job interview. Practice it on your barista or the cashier. Accumulate those low-stakes wins. And finally, consistent psychological updates. Just regularly check in on your baseline transmission and keep refining it. And this brilliantly highlights the final evolution we're going for. Through high-value passions and low-stakes practice, you make the shift. You transform from an insecure actor who's sweating through a fake performance into a truly grounded, self-contained presence. You are no longer someone desperately trying to be charismatic. You naturally command the room because your structural mechanics are just flawless. Let's permanently lock in this mindset shift with a really powerful quote directly from the source. It isn't your personality, it's your baseline transmission. If you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer, remember that one line. When you feel ignored, it is not an indictment of who you are as a human being. It is literally just a reflection of the physical and vocal signals you happen to be broadcasting. And the beautiful thing is, you can change those signals right now. Which leaves us with this final, provocative question to ask yourself the very next time you walk into a room. Are you acting out an anxious performance, or are you a grounded presence? Apply these mechanics, snap the spine straight, use the eye contact triangle, and just watch the room pivot toward you. If you found this explainer helpful in decoding the mechanics of human connection, hit the like button and make sure to subscribe for more consistent psychological updates. Keep leveling up, and I'll see you next time.